Hello viewers and welcome to the Night Watchmen, the People's Cricket Show. I'm Carl, here with my host Daniel.
There you go.
Marcus. And now the Ashes are over, boys, and as you can see, one of our hosts was pretty upset with the result.
Yeah.
Yes, well, he's an aggressive man, Marcus, and he was very angry about that particular incident.
Yes. Like you said, Carl, it's a bit hard to take.
It certainly is. Now, moving on, one positive thing to come out of the 5th Ashes Test made us feel a bit better and made England look pretty shit house as a cricketing side in terms of depth. Is the table with one English spinner, Simon Carrigan, please. Yeah, wasn't he impressive?
Wow, that was a real long hop. Straight down the ground. Short again, another boundary. Short again.
Oh yeah. Now, mate, he was just paralysed with nerves. He was when he was bowling. He was just frozen.
I'm pretty sure he touched on 1800 reps there.
I was ripping it.
He
was almost threatening to get out of the green zone.
He was ripping.
Have you seen a worse debut with that?
Bryce McCabe.
None for 200 v South Africa. I don't know though, Carrigan I reckon would have gone close to that if Cook actually pushed his bowls and bowled. But of course we all know Cook doesn't have any of them. Now, actually, some of those long hops he was bowled, boys, reminded me of a certain great Australian man.
Really? The next Prime Minister.
John Howard was, well, not. Okay, that's a warm-up. So he can't bowl, but I hear he's a good catch. No, wrong again.
Well, I guess that's what I would have loved. His deliveries just as much, wouldn't he?
Very similar bowling style.
He loves his cricket.
So
I'm pretty sure he's been over there in the Ashes, actually.
So he has been spotted a couple of times.
Actually, I reckon he's been teaching a few things in the nets. How to bowl a good long one. John Howard to some occasion. Moving on, boys.
So, boys, Buff's been talking on the radio a bit here.
Yes, he's said a few regrettable things on the radio, viewers. Along the lines of Stuart Broad edging to slip and not walking is blatant cheating.
Yes. Well, it seems that he concurs with the Night Watchmen on that one. And that's why we
Well,
love you, Buff.
We have shared those thoughts, yes.
Now, he also called on the Australian public to get stuck into him.
And we will, boys. Not that we needed the encouragement.
Do it. Stuart's going to cop it.
And he also, Buff also hopes Broad cries and goes home.
Yes, well, maybe he's trying to even the ledger here after Tears Patterson.
Yeah, well, he did cry and go home.
Yes, so we'll leave that one alone for the time being, maybe.
Just, get better with your injuries, but probably work on that one too, Pano.
We love you though, Pano. Now, boys, 5th Test, bit of spice to end it. There was, set the scene for the current Aussie series, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think the main thing that we learned, especially after the last day, was the huge culture difference when it comes to what you're trying to get out of the game, a sport. And Warney really hit the nail on the head. I'm not sure if anyone was watching. About midnight on the last day, he went onto a massive rant of his firm belief that a great team will always risk a loss to get a victory. And basically he said, England don't have that philosophy. they'll never be a great team. And he was ranting on while the ball was being bowled. He didn't care. He needed to get this out, and it was a passion that he hasn't had for the whole commentary series.
It's good to see, Shane.
The 5th day of the 5th test is finally done.
And he did. And the funniest thing was, after about 5 minutes of non-stop Shane rant, there was about 4 balls of silence, which was which finished by Atherton totally changing the subject. So I can see that it's a touchy subject for ex-England players, for the England press, and for the fans. It's a touchy subject.
Well,
they don't like it.
How can they like it?
You know what annoys me, boys? The fact Clarkey declared on the last day, made a game of it.
Yep.
If the Bombs were there in that position, they would have played out a draw.
Absolutely.
We all know they would have done that. Clarkey declared, made a game out of it. The only team that was likely to win that was England.
Yeah. With the declaration. Yeah. Realistically. And then
It's getting
after,
pushing for a result.
And then-
for the sake of cricket, he was pushing for a result.
Exactly. To give the supporters some entertainment, for Christ's
And
sake.
then they bag out Clark.
yeah, they booed him.
Booed him.
And that's what really gave me the shits. They booed our captain.
I've got something I want to say on this too, England. After 5 days, if you're really worried, about the last 4 overs,
Yeah,
maybe bat the first innings. Guys.
maybe a bit of intent.
What was that? Was it 2 and over, was it, boys? 2 and over.
And just on the light reading there, in the Old Trafford test, where it literally cost us a victory, the reading was 9.4. On the last day of the Oval test, it was 5.6. And it was almost half the reading.
It was bloody
And
midnight.
they still had,
It was bloody midnight.
They're still
Very-
whinging about it.
Very short memories then, isn't it? Because it cost us a bit. And Clark was the one out there batting when that light reading was taken at Old Trafford as well. So.
Yeah, that's right. He knew.
Yeah.
And then the final insult in Cook's press conference,
Yes.
and he's like babbling on like a dickhead, and then says, "Oh, I guess the Aussies deserve a little credit, for making a game of it. You're a kid."
Alright boys, moving on. Just a couple of other quick highlights from the test. We finally got some hundreds. About bloody time. Pads Watson.
That's what.
Yeah.
What a nut.
So it seems like it's not that time of the bus for old Pats there.
Yeah, they're used to the
Oh,
time.
day.
Yeah.
Oh, day. And Stephen Smith as well, maiden 100, well batted Steve. Now boys, this is how you bring up a 100.
Tightened up his technique, and that was the moment. He just smashed Trot straight back over his head for 6. What beauty.
Yeah, well, he tried that in one of the other tests and didn't turn out that well either, though, Carl. But
Well, that's how
credit
you
to
bring
him.
up a...
Let's just hope these boys keep with it, though, because we don't want them to crack under pressure when, in a match that actually matters.
When it really counts.
Because this match meant nothing, but there's good signs there for sure.
Alright, on to more important things, boys. The upcoming one-day series.
Who cares, Carl? Now,
do care.
douchebag of the week, thanks, mate.
We'll skip that segment.
Yes, I think we should.
Douchebag of the week. Well, we've gone for a bit of left field one here, and I apologise in advance.
Who's that?
We love this man, but Shane Warne.
Shane?
Shane Warne gets the
Wardy?
mantle. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my God.
You mean the great Shane Warne?
Shane Warne. Now we love Wardy. We love him. Wardy. Now we love Wardy. We love him, but there's a series of comments Shane made, and while he's commentating, obviously, he doesn't like Stephen Waugh too much. Our hero is Stephen Waugh, and he made
The
a
only
series.
hero that's bigger than Shane Warne on this show is, of course,
Stephen.
Stephen Waugh.
So I'm not sure where's this going.
Yeah.
Well, he made the comment that he thought Steve Waugh's idea when he was captain of Australia that it was compulsory to wear the bag of green for the first hour of an opposition's innings during a test. Wardy didn't like that, called it silly and ridiculous.
I mean, come on, Shane.
Come on, Wardy.
Where's your respect for a bit of tradition?
Yeah.
It's a bit disappointing. He would rather the floppy hat, he reckons, but Shane, it's not that bloody hard to wear the bag of green for an hour. I mean,
It's
geez.
the least you could do for your country, because let's be honest, Steve Waugh still sits around in his lounge room, like wearing his old
He does.
crusty faded baggy green,
Yes.
and loving it.
Can you imagine
Doing
this?
his bit for Australia.
Wow.
Can you imagine the steely glaze on
Yes.
Stephen Moore's face when he read the news that Shane Warne was belittling his tradition?
I can imagine he would have turned straight to the missus and said, "These cornflakes taste like shit." That's what sort of mood he would have been.
And then you wouldn't have got to work out Stephen for like 4 hours. And that's why we love the man. Because he was non-compromising.
Maybe smash a bowl of cornflakes and just leave his red hanky there for the missus to clean it up.
I mean, the bad mood, sort of bad mood he would have been. I can't imagine the rissoles for dinner would have been much chop either.
No, certainly wouldn't have been. Now, moving on, boys. The favourite segment of the show, of course, Marcus's tweet of the week.
Yes, well, I think Buff must have had a bit of a media ban during the series while it was on.
Yes,
But since then, he's done his radio appearance, and now he's been on Twitter. Buff's been
What's
on
he
Twitter.
said?
Praise God. I had my fingers crossed when I apologised to Broad. Hashtag you Stuart.
Fingers crossed.
Perhaps he's just...
Controversial stuff there.
Yeah, he might be trying to just stoke the fire a little bit more there, boys. After
why we love him.
apologising to Broady.
That's why we love it.
Now, what have we learned? What have we learned from this Ashes series, boys?
Well,
Cap it off.
Marcus.
Carl, I learned if the original Captain Cook was anything like his namesake, Australia never would have been discovered. Because he wouldn't have wanted to take a risk.
It's so true. It's so true. Bloody Cook, I'll tell you what. And discovering new countries is a risky business. It's a hell of a lot more risky than pushing for 3.5 runs and over. That's for sure.
Which clearly he's not willing to do.
No. Happy times. Daniel.
Brady, what have you
Well, I
got?
mean, there's been a bit of a scandal with the whole Cook pitch thing, and I guess I've learned that water in the pitch should probably be left up to shithouse English weather and maybe the ground staff. Maybe the players should just, let Mother Nature take its course in regard to that. But
What a disgrace.
just on that, the thing that really pisses me off is the fact that it's
See what he did there? See what he did there, viewers? See what he did there?
the fact that England said that they could just consistently steal our good ideas. I'm pretty sure having a drink on the Oval after a good win is an Australian idea. Just like the number on the cap.
I don't think we pissed on the pitch though.
Well, we didn't, and I don't care. They can piss on that pitch all they like. That's not the issue here. It's them stealing our ideas.
Sort of pitches.
Look, Brady, I'll be pretty disappointed if they try and come to Australia and piss on our pitches. But I want extra security, and if I see one fly on zip anywhere near around Adelaide Oval or the hallowed MCG turf,
I'll tell you, a scary.
I want them to rip their bloody dicks off.
A Skerrick of urine on the Adelaide Oval pitch is all-out war to me. All-out war.
It is. Even perhaps a damp spot in the crutch area of an Englishman is words of war.
That's true. So, Carl,
tell me what you've learned.
I've learned it's great to see Shane Watson using his head for once instead of his pads. Got hit on 91, went down.
I think it goes, just misses the helmet. Oof, right. It's back. It's just missed everything. It's about here, he's thinking about now.
Can you tell me, boys, would any of the English players got up for that? I wouldn't say so.
Probably not.
I would have thought
But,
so. He made 100, good on him, and he didn't get out LBW. Well done, Pax.
Well, it definitely works for him, Carl, because if he gets hit on his pads, he's out. If he gets hit on his head, he's come out and said it's actually helped him.
Yes.
Get to his 100. Took his mind off being in the 90s.
Pads,
Literally
just
took
take
it
a
off his
blow.
mind. There it was.
Like,
right
that's
on his
what should happen. Every time he gets to the 90s, he just get hit in the head.
Yeah.
It's a good theory.
Seems to me.
It'd be a double win. We'd get to watch him get hit in the head. Then we get to watch him make a century, which I'd also like. So
Double win.
it's a double win for Australia.
Definitely something to work on.
Yeah.
Maybe that's Clucky's idea. He was give a different bit of coaching.
Alright, on that note,
Dead
viewers.
sure Cook wouldn't come up with that.
Well, if it was any sort of aggressive.
Yeah, well, it's too aggressive. I don't think it's too aggressive for Cook's liking.
Yeah, spot on.
On that note, boys, thanks very much, viewers, for tuning in. Follow us on Twitter at Night Watchmen 11, and join us again for when England come down under in Australia. Get up and about,
It's going to be
boys.
brutal.
Then it's on.
It's going to be brutal. You're going to pay, Stuart.
Come on,
You're going to
Come
pay.
on.